Few Minnesota crimes are as notorious as the unsolved abduction of Jacob Wetterling.
Nearly 25 years later, everyone remembers Jacob's name, but you've likely never heard of Jared. Just months before the Wetterling kidnapping, a stranger grabbed Jared from a nearby town. For the first time in years, he's speaking out about what happened that night and about a string of similar attacks that WCCO's Esme Murphy has learned went overlooked in the Wetterling investigation.
6 weeks after Jacob Wetterling was kidnapped, the FBI announced there was another victim.
And these facts match up with Jacob's abduction.
9 months before Jacob was taken, a 12-year-old boy named Jared was walking home at night in neighboring Cold Spring.
This guy stepped out of the vehicle, approached me from behind, said, "I have a gun, I'm not afraid to use it."
The man, who had a police scanner in his car, drove Jared to this remote site, sexually assaulted him, then let him go.
I was dropped off and told to run, don't look back or he would shoot.
It's a threat almost identical to the one described by Jacob's friend, Aaron.
He grabbed Jacob and then he told me to run as fast as I could into the woods or else he'd shoot.
For Jared, the weeks after the Wetterling abduction were filled with grueling interviews with law enforcement.
They brought me to a point where I broke down, where I mentally broke down, just physically exhausted, and I didn't have the answer, and they wanted the answer, and I couldn't provide that. So my parents made that decision that we should move.
Jared left Cold Spring, and for 25 years, anniversaries passed with no answers and no arrests.
I learned how to focus on other things.
But that changed last August when Jared was contacted by Joy Baker, the author of a detailed blog on the Wetterling case.
She says, are you the Jared I'm looking for?
Baker had uncovered newspaper articles about a series of sexual assaults in Painesville in 1986 and 1987. 2 years before Jared and Jacob's kidnappings. Painesville is just a few miles from where both boys were abducted, and the police reports and newspaper articles reveal striking parallels between the cases. The boys are attacked at night as they are heading home. Some are on bikes. They are sexually assaulted. The attacker wears a mask, has a low voice, and threatens victims with a knife or gun. Jared believes the same person who took him not only took Jacob, but is also behind the Painesville attacks.
When I first seen him, there was a big sigh. There's kind of like I'm not the only one that has made eye contact with this person.
For the past 9 months, Jared has worked with blogger Joy Baker to try and encourage witnesses to come forward.
It's just time for people to share their stories.
At the same time, he worries about the Painesville victims.
I apologize to all of the victims for and people that we've already talked to, or people that we're going to continue to talk to, about bringing up 27-year-old repressed memories. Their involvement in this case could matter.
Over the years, Jared and Jacob's mother, Patty Wetterling, have become friends.
I'm so grateful for Jared and Joy digging.
She too is hoping someone will come forward for the Painesville victims, for Jared and for Jacob.
I do think there's a strong possibility that they could be connected. Every single one of these victims needs answers, and are they tied to Jacob? Let's find out.
Esme says the Stearns County Sheriff's Office is now actively investigating all of these cases to see if they are connected to Jacob Wetterling's disappearance. If you have any information, please call 320-251-4240, and you can also call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST.